Oh man, so this fundamental catalyst is really meaning that Luna is going to head from strength to strength, and I've also seen a potential bearish situation in the Avalanche chart, which I need to make you guys aware of, so stay tuned till the very end. I also want to take a quick look at Bitcoin because, like I said, Luna, Avalanche, Phantom, doesn't matter which altcoin we're looking at, we need to make sure that Bitcoin is looking the right way, and unfortunately in the last few hourly candles it's looking a little bit concerning, so I want to make you guys aware of it. Not the end of the world just yet, but it's my job to tell you what I see in the charts, whether it's bullish, whether it's bearish. That's what I'm committed to do. So if you appreciate this blend between technicals and fundamental analysis, don't forget to smash up the like, subscribe, and let's get straight into this. Because what we can see on Bitcoin is, you remember in the last few videos that I said, look, this reversal pattern is looking fantastic as long as we create higher highs and higher lows, right? And we met our technical price target. You saw that here at the 52,000 level mark, if I show you that right here. But it was just a wick. And at that point, I got a little bit concerned because we just wicked instead of pushing through that target, and the bears had sent us straight back down on that wick, right? And we had a period of consolidation. Fine, that's kind of normal, right? Consolidation, head back down, create a higher low, which we did, and then head back to the upside. But the problem has happened in the last 2 4-hourly candles. And what's happened is we've turned too quickly. I would have expected us to go create a higher high. We turned around here at around 51,150. We need to get above 52,000 here, guys, because what I want to see is if you've got a low here, a higher low here, I want a high, and I want another high about here. That will then give you the trend that you want to head to the upside, okay? So that is what we want to see. We need to keep an eye on that here. And the worry here is that if you can start heading down to the downside, and if you create a lower low than here, then that could be a concern. In fact, what it could also suggest is you could be creating somewhat of a head and shoulder pattern to the downside. So just some food for thought, something to keep an eye on. Again, just putting it out there. This is how I look at the charts. This is how I keep myself aware of trends to the top side and the downside. At this stage, I'm not particularly massively worried. You can see here we've got some room to go and test our EMA ribbon. We could get a good bounce of our EMA ribbon. We've also got some horizontal support coming here at 50,000. Can we just head back here, get a bounce back, and explode through 52,000. Obviously, the other factor to play here is we've got low volumes right now. We know it's still the festive period. We know a lot of people still have a bank holiday around the world on Monday today, and therefore people could be spending time with their families, not necessarily trading. So the patterns could not necessarily be reflective of the true patterns and the bullish or bearish nature of the market. So when the volume comes in, we will see which way we're trending in. So really looking forward to that and keeping an eye on which way we can head once the volume comes in. Now, what does that mean for some of our favorite altcoins? Well, we're going to take a quick look at the Luna chart. And whilst I pull that up, guys, you guys know we need to smash up the likes. We need to subscribe. If you appreciate this type of content, please don't forget to support this channel. Really help us out. As a small channel, guys, you know we're not going to get the same exposure as a lot of the top crypto influencers right now. So if you appreciate my perspective, and if you think the market needs this blend between technical and fundamental analysis, don't forget to smash up the likes and support this effort. And what I'm seeing here on Luna is an absolute tear continues to happen here, okay? Moving from strength to strength. If I just zoom out, this is parabolic. This is the definition of parabolic. We were already in a very long sustained chart here on a beautiful upward trend. Look how steep that upward trend is, guys. We moved from levels around here from the 24 period all the way up to 100 and wicking above 100. We're now sitting at 98, which is fantastic. And just seeing this parabolic move here is just amazing. And we've had a few different, fundamental catalysts which have helped this. We know that UST is listing on, it's going to be accepted on Near Protocol, which helped Near Protocol be one of the biggest movers in the last 7 days. We know UST is listed on Binance as well. We need to understand that when UST, the algorithmically backed stablecoin, decentralized, created by Terra Luna, when it is minted, when it's created, when somebody gives a dollar, a real fiat dollar, to take out and mint a UST, Luna needs to be burnt. If Luna's being burnt, you're reducing the circulating supply and the tokenomics of Luna coin, which pushes up the value. So you've got a natural supply crunch here happening on Luna. So the tokenomics really do set it up well for a bullish move to the upside. You're going to have constant, pumps to the upside thanks to this burning, this inbuilt mechanism to burn for UST. So this is really interesting for Luna. Interestingly, this is one of the reasons that got me excited for Coty as well. Guys know we cover Coty on this channel as well. Being the issue of the JED token, you're going to get a similar burning effect on Coty. But the market just hasn't quite understood that just yet. Now, what are we looking at here in terms of price levels on Luna? Well, you guys know that my longer term price target here, we already smashed our target here for the first target I set at 76. It's easy to go and say, oh, that was obvious in hindsight. We were sitting you know, in the periods around here, around 20s when I set that target. And I don't go too far and set, you know, my future target at that point. I just set this target and say, this is for my technical analysis, what my target is, even though my fundamental targets are always higher, right? And you can see that tied in with the target from our channel, and we hit that beautifully here once here if you were trading that. But we continue to hold, right? Now, my next target is sitting at 140. That's the Fibonacci golden pocket at 1.618 level. I want to get to $140, and we might not necessarily get there straight here. Don't expect this parabolic move to continue. Feel free to get it, you know, calling off here at the 0.786 mark at $87. There's various things we could see here which we need to be aware of. We could be getting this sort of a pattern. It just fully depends on what's going on with Bitcoin, and if Bitcoin continues to move bullish. If Bitcoin continues to move bullish, I don't expect the retracement to be too severe. It can continue to trend to the upside. If Bitcoin goes a bit sideways or downwards, then fully expect Luna to come and get a correction at potentially the $87 mark here. Now, if you're trying to enter Luna, guys, please don't FOMO in, guys. Please don't FOMO in. That's the worst thing you can do. Look, I know it's easy to buy right now. This is what I call green candle disease, right? When it's moved from here to here, we've just pumped 100% here on Luna, guys. Yep, this is where you want to buy. These periods, where were you? We were pleading you guys to be buying in these periods. That's when you need to be buying. You need to wait for retracements and enter. So again, don't wait for this. Don't FOMO in after this right now. Don't run after it. Let it retrace and build your entry position in a patient manner. Write it down. I'm going to buy, if you got $1,000 to put into Luna, right? Write down, I'm going to put 100 if it hits this price point. If it falls to 90, I'm going to put 100. If it falls to $80, I'm going to put another 100, etc., etc. Not financial advice, but really just take the emotion out of it and put some logic and rationality behind it, because otherwise you're going to FOMO in at 100 now, it's going to retrace down to 75, and you're going to be like, oh, why did I buy at 75? And you'll be left holding the bag, you're going to panic sell. We've seen this happen time and time again, okay? So be very patient, build your conviction in the meantime. Understand, if you've not watched my Luna video, I'm just talking to camera, explaining in layman's terms, not complicated. You need to be able to explain your thesis in layman's terms for 30 seconds. If someone comes to you and says, why have you put £100,000 into Luna? You should be able to tell them very straightforward, okay? Really important. Now, let's take a quick look at Avalanche as well, because I've seen a potentially worrying pattern here on Avalanche. And what I'm seeing here is obviously we broke first out from our downward trend characterized by this yellow wedge, okay? So we broke to the upside, we got a good breakout to the upside, we created a higher low, and we created a higher high, fantastic. Created another higher low, okay? So this is all looking fine up to this point, okay? Low, low, high, high, another low. This high needs to now get high, guys. This is critical. We got the bounce perfectly on the trend line, which we've set. Okay, so this bounce is perfect. Happy with that. We drew this trend line a while ago. One bounce here, perfect. Two bounce here, perfect. Okay, so this could give us that potential W pattern to the upside, which is fantastic, as long as we create a higher high. And you can see the high was created by this Fibonacci level at $126. Okay, that's a 0.68 level, very important golden ratio level. We need to create a high above it. We need to push above it. If we get rejected, okay, so if we create a lower high, in other words, if we bounce too early like this, then what we'll be forming is a potential head and shoulders pattern, which is a bearish pattern and could suggest some downside risk. Okay, so if we're seeing a similar pattern in Bitcoin, which I've just mentioned, if Bitcoin doesn't create its higher high, chances are that some of these altcoins won't be able to create their higher high, and we could have a move to the downside when volume starts to come back into market. Just things we need to be aware of, okay, guys? Now, alternatively, we can continue higher, we can continue to have this kind of an action, and we could be in somewhat of a descending triangle pattern, which can break to the upside, which is fantastic, or we just continue on our upward trend here, like so. So this is what I'm watching out for. In other words, we need this to see whether we create this higher high. That's what we're watching out for in the next set of 4 hourly candles. If I bring out the EMA ribbon on the 4 hourly, we are just barely holding on to the EMA ribbon in a bullish bias, okay, guys? But this next 4 hourly candle here could change that. If we close below this EMA ribbon, if we get a close here below 113, we're on 116 right now, then we could be bearish back again on the hourly, just like we were here at 4 a.m. here on my chart. Okay, so that's what we want to watch out for on Avalanche. Luna's looking strong as well, but as always, we need to keep an eye on the mothership that is Bitcoin. We need to keep an eye on that and see, because at this point we've not quite created that higher high at 52,000, and we need to keep an eye on that. As always, guys, if you like this blend between technical and fundamental analysis, don't forget to smash up the like, subscribe. Don't forget, pin comment me the link to our free Discord server. Head into there, meet like-minded people, tag me with any questions, and also you'll get to vote on your favorite coins which you want me to cover on this channel. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.